This is the forest land of Congo. This is one of the most important forests in the world. It spreads around 500 million acres and it is full of wildlife. You can see a variety of rivers, forests, swamps and savannas here. Gorillas, elephants, buffaloes, chimpanzees, bonobos and all call this lush forest their home. Many endangered wildlife exist here. The forest hosts nearly 10,000 species of tropical plants, out of which 30% are unique to this region. You will also find 400 other species of mammals, 1,000 species of birds, and 700 species of fish in this forest. Natives have inhabited this region for over 50,000 years. The rainforest here provide food, fresh water and shelters to more than 75 million people. Nearly 150 distinct ethnic groups exist here. Baka people are among the most well-known who used to be hunters in ancient times. The lives of these people are closely dependent on this forest. And do you know what this rainforest means for the environment? These forests are some of the oldest and most dense carbon capturing rainforests on earth. The trees and plants of this forest hold around 32 billion tons of carbon in them. Mind it, 32 billion tons. Most importantly, despite being the second largest rainforest, its carbon sequestration is 6 times stronger than the largest rainforest, which is Amazon. Carbon sequestration refers to the carbon capture and storage process, which is vital for the cooling of Earth. So you will say, that's great. So what's the problem? The problem is that the second largest rainforest is up for sale for oil drilling. This will clearly shatter the rainforest and will create a cascade of catastrophic climatic events. What makes the situation worse is the fact that the world's largest rainforest, Amazon, has stopped absorbing carbon. So, Congo's rainforest is our last line of defense against climatic disasters. Congo is one of the 17 mega diverse countries in the world. It has significant wildlife which has been harmed by habitat loss. 60% of the forest elephant population has dropped due to loss of shelter caused by illegal logging. Congo lost 5.82 million hectares of humid primary forest from 2002 to 2021, which is 35% of the total tree cover loss. During the same period, the total area of humid primary forest decreased by 5.6%. However, the problem is not as simple as it looks. The fault doesn't only lie with the government of Congo. Look at these facts. Several of the logging companies that clear the Congo Basin are European. Foreign investors have blatantly exploited the rich natural resources of the African continent without caring for the environment, which is vital to all. European Union has banned importing illegal timber, but this is not strictly followed. China openly buys illegal timber, turns it into finished products and sells them on the global market. Roughly a quarter of the rainforest has been ceded to international logging companies. Most of these companies are European and Chinese. Researchers fear if the trend continues, there will be no primary rainforest in Congo by 2100. Deforestation in Congo has several negative consequences. It leads to biodiversity loss, soil erosion, and adds to climate change. Soil erosion and climatic catastrophe are fatal to human life as a whole. This makes Africa the biggest victim of the double standard of COP26, which was the Glasgow Global Climate Summit. The West takes up the role of savior of the world with its grand funding initiative, but uses its cheap wage to transfer its carbon footprint onto the poorest nations. According to NGO Oxfam, the richest 1% of the world's population is responsible for over double the emissions of the poorest half of humanity. So, what's the solution? It's a grave situation. I can't understand how world leaders fail to recognize the scale of impending disaster. Tropical rainforests capture carbon better than any other environment on Earth. We have to focus on rainforest because we don't plant trees. Even we plant trees, we have to wait for them to grow, which is not possible. We can't wait for them. We need an immediate solution to address the climatic catastrophe. You should note that the trees older than 20 years represent 95% of the global carbon sinks. It is true that all plants capture carbon, but the rainforest does this on mega scale. Trees in rainforest are carbon capturing superstars. We will find these trees around equator in warm and sunny regions. Big trees have the capability of capturing carbon in a massive amount. If we stop deforestation and protect the rainforest, we have the capability to reduce the global CO2 level by a third. Do you know? A healthy tropical rainforest is capable of contributing over one third of the total carbon capture needed by 2030. Tropical rainforest captures carbon with a process called sequestration. All this means is a safe carbon capture, storage of CO2. All plants do this, but some plants are better than others. That's why we should focus on protecting the tropical rainforest, as they have the incredible potential of capturing carbon. The climate crisis has been created by deforestation and the burning of fossil fuels that emit carbon. This is done globally. Some of the areas of Amazon are still doing this on a large scale. Previously, only 11.5% of the International Fund for the Protection of Nature and the Sustainable Forest Management in tropical regions have gone to Congo Basin. No quick fix will work. The government needs to create a strict framework to curb illegal logging. The initiative to save the Congo Basin is highly important, but without a genuine dialogue and understanding of potential repercussions, it cannot be achieved. Dr. Lewis suggests that the Congo needs dependable revenue. It should exploit its metal reserves like cobalt. For oil development, the nation can explore the community forest model. He asked the major international donors of the Central African Forest Initiative, which includes France, Germany, Norway, and Britain, and the senior officials from the other donor countries, like United States, to intervene in the matter urgently. In order to cut carbon dioxide emission by net zero by 2050, Dr. Lewis suggests that the auction should be cancelled and no new investment in fossil fuel should be made anywhere in the world. All we have to do is to keep the rainforest healthy. No impossible task, no research, no league of scientists, and relatively not even that much money is required. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Your comments will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much.